Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you an update video on my BITSGAP DCA bot that I deployed just over 2 weeks ago. But before we get too far into the weeds, if you're not familiar with BITSGAP, it is basically an all-in-one automated crypto trading platform. They're best known for their grid bots, and you can actually get started for free. I will drop a link in the description down below, and if you use my link, you will get access to their pro plan for free during that free trial. And with that being said, if you're new to grid bot strategies, you might want to deploy those bots via their demo mode before you put your funds at risk in live fire mode. Now, as far as your funds go, you don't actually send your money to BITSGAP. You connect your API addresses from your exchange to BITSGAP, and then BITSGAP basically places orders on your behalf through your exchange. Thus, your money stays on your exchange at all times and is as safe as it can be when being held on an exchange. Now, that's enough jaw-jacking. Let's get into the weeds of how this DCA bot is currently performing. Now, the BITSGAP DCA bot performs a little different than perhaps your traditional DCA bot. I would not have named this a DCA bot. DCA is a terrible strategy. It means you're basically buying regardless of price. It means you buy low and you buy high, and that's a terrible strategy. I would have actually preferred to name something like the average down bot, because in reality, this particular bot buys when the price is going down and then will sell when the price is high. And how it actually differs from a traditional grid bot is it is buying on the way down, but where a traditional grid bot will scale out of a position and take small profits, the BITSGAP DCA bot allows you to set a profit target where you can actually capture the entire move on the way up. And so if that entire move up is, let's say, 20%, rather than capturing only a 5% profit with a traditional grid bot, because again, you're scaling out, you're not capturing the whole move, with the BITSGAP DCA bot, you can capture that entire 20% move in profit. And that strategy will far outperform your traditional DCA strategy where you're buying high and low. That makes absolutely no sense. So, if we jump over here to my BITSGAP dashboard, I have pulled up my current DCA bot on Bitcoin that I deployed just over 2 weeks ago. Now, if you missed that video where I actually go through the steps on how to configure and then deploy one of these DCA bots, I will drop a link to the setup video in the description down below. You might also want to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, so let's get into the weeds on how this grid bot is actually operating. And you can see back here on May 5th, when I deployed this particular DCA bot, it made a one-time purchase of 250 USDT worth of Bitcoin. Now, that was my initial investment. The idea now is if the price of Bitcoin sells off, I want to buy more Bitcoin at a lower price. And what I did was I actually set it up to buy more Bitcoin based on a 2% step, meaning each time Bitcoin's price dropped 2%, the bot would automatically buy more Bitcoin for me. And the lowest or the bottom of my buy orders was down around $30,000 as I saw that to be support. And then I would look for Bitcoin to bounce from this low up to my profit target, which, as you can see, it has not done. It's begun to move sideways, so there is a possibility this could go even lower. But if 30,000 is the bottom for Bitcoin, then in theory, the next move should be up towards my profit target. Now, with that being said, my initial entry price was here around 36,837, I want to say. And by averaging down my cost, my current cost of all the Bitcoin that I have now accumulated is around 35,966. And that would be this DCA buy line that you see. It has accumulated more Bitcoin, thus lowering my initial investment cost on Bitcoin. Now, I did configure this bot to take profit at a 20% profit target. And so that would be from this DCA buy cost level up to my take profit level. And that would be 20%, or roughly around 43,251. Now, with that being said, more than likely, that is not going to happen overnight. I think the DCA bot is more of a long-term weapon you can use to accumulate a asset at a lower price and then sell for a higher price. But with that being said, you do have to have the stomach to hold on to a negative position. If you look down here at my current position, I am down about 17% from when I actually deployed this grid bot. And so for my own personal strategy, I would only deploy one of these DCA bots on an asset that I would be willing to hold long term. And obviously Bitcoin is an asset I'm willing to hold long term. And thus a 17% drawdown is not a big deal. In reality, had I just bought and held at this level, then I would be looking at approximately an 18.5% drawdown. So this grid bot has reduced my risk, albeit very little. In reality, I think this bot could be improved if BITSGAP actually set it up where each time you bought more, not the same amount each time. So if you bought, say, $10 worth of Bitcoin here, the next time you'd want to buy 20, then you'd probably want to buy 40, 80, 160, 320, and so on. That is basically the way I do it manually now. I have yet to find an actual automated platform that would allow me to configure the strategy I would want to configure. So perhaps BITSGAP would at some point entertain the ability to configure how much you actually buy on the way down, in addition to the actual step percentage on the way down. But with that being said, the bot has actually performed as expected, and it has completed the first leg down of this strategy. Now, if the buyers can actually step up and push this price back towards my profit target, then we will see if the bot can actually complete the final leg of this strategy. So I will continue to do update videos on this particular strategy, so now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I will drop a link to BITSGAP in the description down below. And in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.